Welcome to my walkthrough of how to make my handbrake work with my Podium series direct drive wheel for PlayStation 4 in Dirt Rally using the Dirt Rally adjustments in the controls menu. Let's begin. The first step is to make sure I have my Clubsport motors working, which there's another video I'll link the description or link in the description. Meantime, let's go ahead and get this underway. So the first thing we need to do is go to our input reporting menu. We need to first establish what condition the e-brake is in at this time. Right now it's broke. We've established that. I just pulled it one time. It goes into 100% locked mode. So we'll go here to connected devices and we'll try and remap it just for fun. It will not allow me to remap it because it does not register my handbrake with my Podium series direct drive for PlayStation 4 within Dirt Rally. As you can see through the gameplay screen, and you see the e-brake right here, and you've watched me do all the motions that I've done. So let's go to fixing it now. So what we need to do is we need to go into the import reporting. So we need to establish that it's going to work as the switch as it's intended to. So to do that, I have to unplug the base plug here, the 3.5mm jack. Unplug it, plug it back in. See, it goes to inverse handbrake. It's kind of working now, sort of, but not really. So we can go and check the connected devices to see if we can remap it. That's the telltale. If we can remap it, we can probably fix it. So go to remap it, nothing. So we got to go back. So that's not it. We got to go back, and you got to go back, and we got to unplug it again. See, it goes to inverse handbrake when you plug it back in and plug it again. All right, so now, hey, check it out. Look at 2 times, and we've established now the switch is working, right? It's not working correctly, but it's working. So now let's go to connected devices again, and we'll go to our handbrake, and let's try and remap it and see what it does. So now we can remap it. The switch is all set. So let's go back to our input reporting. Oh, it's working 100% now. Look at that. I don't even have to mess with it. So that's how I have to make it work. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But see, here we go. Now it does what it presents in normal conditions. So I'll start to use it. And sometimes it will go and it will be super, super, super sensitive. It's not doing it now. Oh, there it goes. See? What you have to do here, because sometimes it will be anywhere from 1% held to like up to like 40%, right? So see, we're at 5% hold, and it'll just sit there and tweak at that, right? So what you do to rectify that, and what this does when it presents in game, it presents as the e-brake is held. So if you're running a 4-wheel drive car or rear-wheel drive car, your car will just like pretend like you're in launch mode, and it'll just go neutral. You'll be like, what? So you either, and even unplugging it at that point won't work. So what you have to do is, you have to do the steps that I just did, and establish at what point it's holding or it's hanging, and then whatever number percentage it holds at, you have to add that to your dead zone. So I'm at 5% now. So I have to go to my connected devices. We'll have to go back to our advanced setting, and this is where you'll change this adjustment here. The stock setting is handbrake saturation 80 and handbrake dead zone 0. So I have a 5% read on my handbrake, so I'm going to need to go 5% on my dead zone adjustment and then apply it. And this changes every time I plug this thing in and start it up to go and play a game. So it's definitely, I think, something within the firmware, or maybe the connection of this simple switch doesn't jive with this complicated direct drive system. That's not for me to decide. This is just how I rectify it when it presents itself. So we'll go back to our import reporting. Oh, and then we'll see what we're at here. So see, we've got nothing here now. Perfectly fine. So the 5%, it's not reading anymore. It's not doing anything crazy. It was really wild when I did it on Twitch. You can see me on Twitch at Drawers. There's a link in my description for my page. But yeah, this is it. I fixed it. So we can go ahead and drive cars and not have it engage. But that's the simple fix that I have to do, and like I said, I have to do it in conjunction with the other walk around that's in my my page in the model behavior section, and it will be linked in the description. But there you have it. We're all set, I think. We're just going to go ahead and do some stuff on Twitch and play with our rallycross cars, because that's what we need this for, and that's how we discovered that it was wrong. It would present itself where it would not launch off the line. In other games too, where I now disconnect it, like Gran Turismo Sport, I would go into low speed sections, and in Gran Turismo Sport, this isn't like an e-brake. It's more of a like a parking brake. So when you go down into first gear and around 20 miles an hour, it will basically just put it into parking brake and you'll spin out. Same thing would happen in Wreckfest. You'd be going into a corner and all of a sudden it would engage. Like you'd just be driving and boom, you know, and that's it, you know. So that's the fix. Hope it works for you if you find this, and glad I could share it with you guys.